Greetings, my lovely little dragons, and welcome to the very first video on my channel. I'm taking a shot at making Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon content. I would like to hit 100 subscribers by the end of the month, so if you like the video, be sure to subscribe. Speaking of Hot D, today I'll be talking about the one, the only, the most precious character in my opinion, Halaena Targaryen. Fair warning that there are spoilers for House of the Dragon and later events in the series that have not happened yet. So before I get into today's topic, can I get some Halaena Targaryen love in the comments? She's just the best character. I am Team Bug. Not Team Green, because honestly, Team Green, but I am Team Halaena. I didn't realize how great she would be until her first scene where she's playing with a bug while spitting mad prophecy. I am a book fan, so I knew Aemond would lose an eye, but when she said he'll have to close an eye, I lost it. That was just so cool to me. Halaena in the books and animated history videos is a lot more basic. She's a sad character, but she's just a mom who loses her child, so she commits, which in itself is very sad, but there was no depth to her. She had no specific character traits, so there was no real character depth to her overall. Sure, she's a beloved queen, so much so that her death triggers the slaughter of the dragons in the dragon pit, but in the show, even though she has only a few minutes of screen time, she's established as kind, adorable, and neurodivergent, and don't you dare touch her. Also, shout out to Fia Saban for an amazing performance. I'm looking forward to season 2, and I am so sorry if I ruined her name. Today we're going to be talking about her Beast Beneath the Boards prophecy. I watch a lot of Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon content. My personal favorite channel is Glidus. Shout out to him, and let's get him 100,000 subscribers before, I guess, the end of the year. I don't know when the deadline is, but if he gets 100 subscribers by the end of the year, basically, he'll eat the winds of winter, which is hilarious. But anyways, a lot of the videos in the prophecy have two ideas as to what the prophecy means. It either means A, the literal beast beneath the boards, Meleys and Rhaenys destroying the floor of the dragon pit, or B, it's about blood and cheese. Blood and Cheese are assassins that come to kill one of Helena's children as revenge for Aemond and Vhagar killing Lucerys and Arax. They use secret passageways designed by Maegor the Cruel to sneak into the royal apartments of the Red Keep. Once they reach Helaena and her children, they make her choose one of her sons to die and say a son for a son. She offers herself up instead. They refuse and again repeat a son for a son. As one of their themes in A Song of Ice and Fire, revenge begets revenge, and that's 100% a bad thing and should not happen. She chooses her youngest son thinking he would be too young to understand what was going on. However, the tactic of making her pick a child to die was their method of figuring out which child she'd seen as her favorite, so they killed the eldest son instead. This is what escalates the war beyond negotiation. However, I don't think it's about blood and cheese, nor is it about Meleys destroying the floor and the small folk in the dragon pit. I think the prophecy is something more nuanced, something more George. I think the beast beneath the boards is the growing tension between the greens and the blacks. I think this for two main reasons, those reasons being, firstly, how she says the prophecies, and secondly, when she says the prophecies. I think her prophecies, like most fortune tellers, are metaphorical and have multiple interpretations. I think this is because of how she says them. Granted, it might be weird for her to just say, Aemond Eye is gonna go bye-bye, or Meleys is gonna pop in at our party. Of course the writers want the prophecies to be more vague and mysterious. It makes the plot more interesting, makes rewatches great when you know what the prophecies mean, and it makes the fanbase more engaged, so they make videos like this one to get the conversation going. It's also very Gurmy to make a prophecy more metaphorical rather than tying it to a direct event. And as you know, George is very involved with the show. It's reasonable to think that he was involved with Helena's portrayal and how her prophecies are tied into the show. And a big theme regarding prophecies in A Song of Ice and Fire is that prophecy is something inherently misleading, and trying to avoid or to fulfill a prophecy will only cause the downfall of a character. Also, we have to think of the Blooms of Fred prophecy.
Spool of green, spool of black, dragons of flesh, weaving dragons of thread.
It's obvious that this prophecy isn't literal unless you're thinking of the green dragon banner mentioned in episode 10, and I highly doubt that's the case. The prophecy is about the tensions growing between the two factions and how Otto is manipulating everyone behind the scenes.
Traitor.
But The meaning behind this prophecy might be establishing a common denominator between the prophecies. Minus the close an eye prophecy, that one is fairly literal in my opinion. Comment if you think there might be a hidden meaning behind the Aemond prophecy. I also think that her prophecies are about the tensions growing between the respective camps because of when Halaena says the beast beneath the boards prophecies. The first time Halaena says the prophecy is during the Last Supper in episode 8. I will admit the first time she says it, she does so in passing. It's not directed at anyone like the second time when she's seemingly warning Alicent. In this sequence, it seems like she's saying this because despite the nice toast being made by Viserys, Rhaenyra, Alicent, and Jace, there's tension boiling between everyone at the table. Aegon hits on Baela, which upsets Jace because that's his betrothed, which in turn causes Jace to ask Halaena to dance. Though, in my opinion, he also does this because he knows Aegon is a shitty husband and wants Halaena to feel good about herself. So probably this dance was to rub it in Aegon's face that he's a piece of garbage and doesn't deserve Halaena. Aegon. After Viserys leaves, the tension rises, the symbolic of what's to come following his imminent death. The servants place a pig in front of Aemond, which causes Luke to laugh due to the pink dread pig incident from years prior. This in turn pisses off Aemond, which causes him to make a toast, calling Luke and Jace strong, which is an insult to their obvious parentage and the accusation that they are bastards. They almost start a fight, illustrating that despite the seemingly repaired relationship between Alicent and Rhaenyra, there is a looming tension between their children. This tension will cause the Dance of Dragons, a tension buried beneath the surface, a beast beneath the boards, if you will. We still need to talk about the second appearance of this prophecy in episode 9. In episode 9, Alicent and Otto come looking for Aegon so they can force him into being crowned king. They find Halaena and her children and ask where Aegon is. She has the best response.
Where is Aegon?
Not here.
I stan a neurodivergent queen. Otto leaves to start his own mission to find Aegon before Alicent. Alicent stays and talks to Halaena, and Halaena angrily says that there's a beast beneath the boards. I believe she says this because she knows that crowning Aegon will only make the tension explode, causing the beast beneath the boards to emerge. She also gets mad when Alicent goes to console her and swats her away. This is more than likely because she is neurodivergent and doesn't like being touched. It could be interpreted as her being angry at Alicent for pushing the conflict further by telling everyone that Viserys wanted Aegon to be king, which is not true at all. This argument might not be super compelling, but it's just interesting about when she says the prophecy. I'm not sure if this is true, but since this is more of a theme analysis rather than an event happening, then it probably won't be confirmed. I probably missed the showrunners talking about the prophecy because I haven't watched all the inside the episode clips. If I did miss that, feel free to yell at me in the comments. It's honestly probably likely that the prophecy is about melees or blood and cheese because Helena's prophecy about Aemond was literal, so it could be likely that this prophecy is literal too. I just think that the idea of this prophecy is more symbolic, it's just cool, and I want to propose it as a possible theory. What did you guys think? I would love to hear your thoughts. I'm also a new channel, and while I do have quite a few video ideas, I would love to hear some of your video ideas in the comments. Thanks for watching. This has been Queen Visenya of House Drace. First of her name, Queen of the Andals, the Rhoynar and the First Men, Lady of the Seven Kingdoms, and Protector of the Realm. Goodbye.